you guys. So, just going through some more gardening, and I realized that I'm lucky enough to have a lot of gardening pots. As you know, I use them a lot in the yard as well as putting plants and things in the ground, and I've realized people sometimes don't have access to that, especially if they're in the city. I get mine for free because I find them around, or I'll get them off Craigslist for pretty inexpensive, but I thought let's try a couple alternative ways of planting and see if they actually work. So I got a cardboard box from Amazonians, and it came with some of that brown paper that they wrap things in, so I put all of that in the bottom, and then I filled it with dirt, and I planted some starts in here. I need to cut that off because it's damaged, because I still have a whole bunch of starts. You can see them over there on the hay bales. And then another thing I'm going to do is try some of these canvas bags. I've got that one's kind of a nice big thick one. This one is a really inexpensive cheapo one, and it's supposed to be used for wine, but I'm going to cut out all these little sections inside and just make it a single bag. So I thought we could do this one together, and I'll show you how I plan to do that, because this isn't a use for this bag. It doesn't just sit flat on the ground. So I took a pot. Actually, I found this when I was out for my walk yesterday, and I'm just going to push it down into the pot and then pull back on the top into this shape, and then I'm going to put some dirt in here. This year I discovered that people are using felt pots that they're buying Home Depot and various places. Uncle Al, dyed bullfrog, he has several that he's been using, but I thought instead of buying one of those, let's see what I've got around the house and see what we can do for free. So I'll go ahead and fill this up. I'll get that other one cut up, and we'll get two of these filled, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so I've got this one cut up and the insides removed, and I'm taking those little separation things that I cut out, and I'm just going to put them down on the bottom just to give it a little reinforcement. This has one of those really light pieces of cardboard in the bottom and really should stand up on its own, but I'm still going to put it into a pot. Let's see if I can get one free. There's one. Put it in here if we can, and fold it over as best we can. Okay, and now I'm going to fill it up with dirt. Alright, so I've got those bags filled. We've got them still in the container, but when I get to its home, I'll go ahead and pull these out and try to get them to prop up on their own. And I've got these starts that are really overgrown. This year, as you guys know, I'm putting so much in the ground that I'm really running out of room to put things. So I thought, let's get creative in how we use things, and I will be taking the rest of the starts to the food bank, but really I'd rather give people food than the starts, because sometimes I don't know if people actually take the starts or if they just die when they're there, you know. You have to have some level of competence in gardening to take something like this and believe you can grow food from it. And if people aren't shown how to do that or learn, how can you do it? You know, it's not something you're born with the knowledge of knowing how to do. So anyway, yada yada yada. I'm going to just pull the dirt back as we do. I'm going to take these two zucchini, so I'm double planting. Look how root bound that is. But we already have fruit starting and bloom starting, so this is going to be an awesome one. I can tell already. Zucchini is also just highly successful. So if I'm going to start and do something and testing it, I want to start with something that I know really well, and that is pretty forgiving, right? So hopefully I'll get success out of it, and then when we try something more advanced, and if that doesn't work, then we can maybe problem solve a little bit better. All right, we'll just move sides over here so you can have a better view. I'm sure this one's also very root bound. Leaves look pretty good, got lots of blossoms, 2 plants. Isn't this interesting though? Look how dark that stalk is, and look how light green this one is. It was the way it was sitting in the box with the other starts. This one was more protected by the sun and by the other starts, and this one was on the outside. So chlorophyll in action for you, and you can see also it's got fruit set and a bloom, where these are just getting blooms. So same pot, planted at the same time, different ages, definitely different ages of plant. So, okay, back to planting. Pull the dirt aside. Be really gentle with this as the roots are coming out of the bottom. And a little massage, and look how root bound that is. Yeah. But hey, it's going to be in the dirt now. So I'm going to just give it a little tug and part it halfway. Don't want to break too many roots, but you can break some. Plants are tough. Zucchini is highly forgivable. So I'm going to do that. All right. Got that planted up. Planting is so easy, isn't it? Okay, so we've got 2 zucchini, and then in here we've got 2 Hubbard squash, which will vine and go. So let's go find an area. I'm thinking my neighbors might be interested in this. All right, so over here now, we've got our winter squash, our Hubbard squash in the box settled here. Going to water that in. Got these 2 guys in their pots, but see if I can take it out. It's like a little present, doesn't it? See this one? This one I'm a little bit more worried about because it doesn't have a flat bottom at all. But let's see what happens. Pretty good. Bump. Okay, pretty good. This blossom I'm going to just take off because we got it damaged when we were moving. And I know I dropped another one here somewhere too, but you know, that's part of the process. So let's water them in. See if we get red coming out of this bag. It's never been washed. This is the one that I think is going to be super interesting. See if the box lasts long enough, because it doesn't have any plastic or anything in it. Just a cardboard box from the Amazonians. Okay, this I can already see I've got a problem. So I watered it in. The bag got wide. Now we can see the planting block. So I'm going to need to go get some more dirt. Fill that in. This one's doing a lot better. This bag is also, I filled it up tighter with more dirt. So this one's good, that one's good. This one, I'm going to just run and go get some more dirt. Alright, looks good to me. So we'll just make note of when we planted this, and when we do our container updates, we'll check in on these and see if they die or if they're growing, and what's going on with the cardboard and the two different types of disposable or reusable grocery bags. Okay, thanks you guys.